Tomorrow, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear a major case on gun rights, the biggest in more than a decade. It was brought by New York gun owners who are challenging century-old restrictions on carrying a concealed handgun in public. The stakes for both sides are enormous, with the potential for sweeping implications nationwide. Here's ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Cheryl Apple is practicing shooting for self-defense.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
The first-time gun owner and mother of 5 runs a small business near Albany, New York, and says she recently began fearing for her life.
The uptick in violence has just been astronomical. The gun violence. I just felt that I needed to be able to protect myself.
Late last year, Apple applied for an unrestricted license to carry her 9mm pistol almost anywhere she goes, a process that took her 10 months to complete, including a background check, safety seminar, and an interview with a judge.
You know, I travel to and from my job at night, sometimes late, sometimes early in the morning, and that I just felt that it would make me feel safe.
For more than 100 years, New York law has required residents to prove they have a special need or proper cause to carry a concealed handgun. Apple successfully made her case to a judge, but critics say the standard is so tough to meet that it violates the Second Amendment. Tomorrow, they'll ask the Supreme Court to strike it down.
The Second Amendment does not end at your doorstep.
Tom King is president of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, the NRA affiliate that's suing the state. He says many of his 27,000 gun-owning members have permits for hunting and target practice, but few have been granted licenses to carry handguns for self-defense.
Proper cause is a restriction. It's something that the anti-gunners put in there to keep the guns out of the hands of lawful citizens in New York State.
Justice Scalia himself said that states can put reasonable restrictions on how you obtain a gun and where you can carry it. Why is this so unreasonable?
This is a demand that you have to reach certain criteria in order to do that, and it's very unevenly enforced.
The case could reach far beyond New York, since roughly a quarter of Americans live in states that required concealed carry permits. 8 of those states, including New York, give authorities discretion to deny permits to anyone who can't show a special need.
If that law gets struck down in New York, it would have ripple effects across other places that have similar regimes. And it would mean that you could expect more people to be carrying handguns in places like New York City, Boston, and Los Angeles.
In 2008, the Supreme Court ruled that Americans have an individual right to possess a handgun inside their homes, but said nothing about that right in public places.
This is the most significant Second Amendment case on perhaps the most significant outstanding issue that the court will be deciding in over a decade.
Gun control advocates warn that if the court rolls back restrictions on the carrying of handguns, American streets will become more dangerous.
Even people who are well trained, who are prepared and carry a gun, oftentimes have to make split-second decisions that they then regret.
Albany Mayor Kathy Sheehan says she knows the risks well. The brother of her adopted son was killed by a gun, and this summer, facing a surge of gun violence across the city, she declared a state of emergency.
The types of disputes that would be settled by people yelling at each other, maybe engaging in a fist fight, are being settled with guns. The fewer guns, the fewer gun deaths. You know, that's what the data shows us. New York State should have the right to put into place common sense guardrails that it believes helps to keep our state and the residents of our state safe.
New York State Police, which oversees the handgun permitting program, declined our request for an interview. But in court documents, the state defends its permit requirements, saying the Second Amendment is not unlimited, and that historically no state has allowed the right to carry a handgun everywhere based on speculation that a confrontation warranting the use of deadly force might suddenly arise.
This case is going to present a lot of opportunity for the defenders of the law to present evidence on the special risks that guns can present in public, and also evidence that limits on concealed carry in public can, on the whole, lead to less crime, less deaths, and less injuries.
Nationwide, gun sales have been soaring, and along with them, the number of gun violence deaths. More than 35,000 recorded so far this year.
The bottom line
If a criminal wants a gun, there's a very good chance the criminal is going to find a way to get a gun.
Sean Lammery, a former sheriff who now runs a chain of gun stores, says fear of rising crime should be cause enough for law-abiding citizens to arm themselves if they choose.
We don't feel you should have to show a special reason that if you've been deemed eligible to own a firearm, you should have the ability to have concealed carry.
Do we really want a whole bunch of Cheryls running around with pistols in the grocery store? And
we probably do, because Cheryl is trained. I feel proficient with my weapon. I feel secure with my weapon, and I feel confident with my weapon. I don't think the Cheryls are the one out there that are hurting people and committing the crimes and being unsafe with their guns.
You ever worry you might make a mistake? Accidentally shoot somebody or shoot the wrong person?
No, I don't. I would have before I took this class, but now I don't, not at all.
Gun right advocates say Apple is a perfect case study for safe and effective concealed carry practices and believe a majority of the justices might agree.
The recent appointments have shifted the court even further to the right, and there are also indications that the new justices on the court share a broader view of Second Amendment rights than what currently exists as a consensus view within the lower courts.
We will enforce the law as the Supreme Court finds it, as as our friends in state government and at the federal level, the restrictions that they put in place.
New York's proper cause requirement to carry a concealed handgun, considered by many a guardrail for decades, and now under threat of being taken down.
Depending on how the Supreme Court rules, this could change everything.
And are you optimistic this is the moment it's going to change?
Am I hopeful? Yes. Am I positive? No, absolutely not.
For ABC News, I'm Devin Dwyer in Albany, New York.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.